Yeah, stay away from bonfires whenever you have lash extensions or, opening a hot stove, that
Somebody
kind of
burn
thing.
themselves, their eyelashes in a bonfire?
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to the AA Skin Babes Pod. I'm your host, Lena, licensed esthetician, and today I have Kristen.
Kristen Sanborn, licensed esthetician.
Heather.
Heather Taylor, nurse injector.
And we have Miss Laura.
Mara.
Jambrosic cosmetic tattooist. I had to find a nickname for me.
I really do
LJ.
because
Really,
she has a hard time. LJ is what they call me a
Little
lot.
John.
Yeah. Or Little Face. John. What? Little John?
Well, every time we have a new person on here, I tell them they have to announce their name because I always tell the story of Laura, and I'm always the first time I announced her last name, like she told me like 10 times before the episode, and then I still said it wrong.
Sick.
So at my hair salon, they call me all sorts of names. One is, Little Face, genetically gifted, skinny fat, LJ, boss lady. I could go on.
Oh, we need to chat GPT this. Come up with some good one.
Shock.
I
I do it because it's my mom, but I'm like, if
You
I
should
had a
come in
real
someday and
boss,
just sit around and watch. Yeah.
and watch my P's and Q's a little bit more.
Acne isn't just skin deep. It affects your confidence, your social life, even how you show up every day.
That's why at Amazingly Ageless Medspa, we have made our own acne boot camp. This is a results-driven program with medical-grade treatments like VI peels, AC Dual, and LED light therapy. With personalized skincare coaching, we can take you to the next level in your skincare journey because our clients see real transformations and we'd love to see you do the same.
Take the first step today. Call us, make an appointment, and let's get you set up on a program.
And start your journey to clear confident skin today. So let's get into it. Today we're going to talk about post-procedure mistakes that can ruin your results, things that people should not do after their treatments. This one's my favorite, using products, like harsh products too soon. And by harsh, I mean like retinols, sometimes scrubs. Like I know people like
Or
flirt with
using
scrubs.
a washcloth or one of those scrubby pads.
The biggest one is retinol, I think, for all of us. Is when you
That's a
jump
big
back
one.
in too fast with retinol, it can really...
What about like vitamin C though? If they just did a peel, I mean, would that acidic?
I think it would hurt if
It
you
would
did a
burn.
peel.
I feel
It'd
like
burn.
it would too.
I'd say
But so
don't do
would
it.
retinol.
Mhm.
Yeah.
With the VI peels, we send you home with a post-treatment kit and use the post-treatment kit. Do not use what you're using at home.
So for injections, though, what are some things they could do too soon?
Well, so it depends on what and where and all the things, but I always tell people 48 hours, no extreme heat, anything that's going to get your heart rate up. So no like hardcore cardio, direct sun exposure. That just affects the way that it metabolizes when your internal body temperature raises. As far as like tanning beds, things like that.
Which,
That's
okay,
all.
I had this the other day.
Okay.
Like last week. Client comes in, we're doing a hydrofacial and something, and she's getting ready to go on vacation, so she's been tanning. But she was like, how long, or can I tan after this? I'm like, girl, I'm going to tell you no. And I'm going to tell you, if you're going to tan, wait this amount of time, then you can tan. But I'm also going to give you my spiel on tanning. Do not ask an esthetician if you can tan.
Right.
Please don't.
Yeah.
It's so
Not
bad for
tanning.
you. And especially if you're getting facials and you want to work on something, like work on anti-aging, do not tell me you're going to tan.
Right.
Well,
Or
I
do
think
not
that
have a plan to not to
you're
stop
paying
tanning.
then and defeating everything
Yeah.
you're paying to have done.
You're
Yeah.
paying to,
There's no
to go back
point.
and do the same thing that caused the problem
Yeah.
in
Right.
the first place.
Yeah.
But for injections, I think a good thing is make sure that you ask your injectionist how long you need to wait until you get a facial.
Yes.
Because I've had some
Yes.
clients that went and got not in the same place that we're at, but went and got Botox and did not tell me, and then we're doing a facial where we're manipulating that brow and we're kind of doing that, and then they have the droopy brow the next day,
Yep.
and I'm like, I
So
have no idea.
Facials for 2 weeks after. If we're doing lip filler, no straws for 2 weeks, like we talked about in the last episode, just with like smoking, that pursing motion in the mouth. You know, that filler is settling in the planes of the lips, and it takes a good 2 weeks for that to happen and swelling to go down. When you're doing that pursing motion, it can come out of the lip body, migrate above the lip, below the lip, things that we don't. We had to kind of fix Kristen's lips. The
I was
last
drinking
time
out of a
she did
straw.
not follow instructions, but that's okay.
She never does.
Yes,
No, I don't. I have a
know.
hard time.
And then sometimes over icing too, that will slow down the healing process. With cheek filler, even with, neurotoxins, Botox, Xeomin, laying like pressure on your face. So I tell people, try not to lay on your cheeks for at least a few days. I mean, that's trying to settle into place, and we don't want you to the pressure and it moving it all around. So it's just education and educating.
Yeah.
Have to be really careful, ask the questions.
I have a question for Laura on this one. So back when I was 18, got my first tattoo. I know I don't have anywhere to like say it facial wise because
yeah.
I don't have any facial.
Yeah.
Like I haven't done any cosmetic tattooing. I've just done body tattooing. Yeah. But back in the day when I first got my back in the day, sorry, I'm not that old.
It did sound funny.
Yeah, I got my first tattoo when I was 18, and like we were told to use Vaseline on it. And then now when I get tattoos, that Vaseline's a no go. What about the face? Like,
So here we go with the wet healing, dry healing, Aquaphor, Vaseline, grapeseed oil. It's all across the board. And you will still find some of your old tattooists have been tattooing a very long time will say Aquaphor, Vaseline. You're just keeping it moist. You're keeping a barrier to prevent like debris or anything that could cause infection to get in there. And so it's, again, that's one of those questions that you can read all over AI, which we talked about. We'll give you all these answers, or you'll talk to this person and then you'll talk to that person, and it will be all over the board because there's not one standard way. This is what we do.
so what's difference between wet healing and dry healing?
So some people they think that the results are better if you dry heal, meaning
And just let like scab up and
Yep. Yeah. And mine is not going to do as much scabbing as like this would do.
I said,
But
I
it
only
does a
have
little.
body
Yeah,
tattooing too.
But it's very similar, just different layers of the skin we go to. But some people think dry healing, you have a better outcome. I've never seen that. And I did that a lot of testing on like friends that I tattooed from the very beginning, or really good clients. It's like, okay, do it this way. If it all falls out, I got you in 6 weeks. No big deal. Just a trial and error for myself. And I did not find that dry healing was anything. I didn't like it at all. And also it's uncomfortable. If you have to picture your eyes having tattoo and then they're dry.
Yeah.
You know how uncomfortable that is for
Well,
a
it's
week.
itchy anyway.
Well, and I know when
itchy so bad. That's the
but
worst.
I didn't know if like petrol or like a Vaseline, or if there's like you can go too thick or too thin.
You do, and I show every single client the exact amount when they leave.
Yeah.
I put it on for them and say, this is the amount you use. You don't need to shine from across the room. And you don't need to keep building it up and building it up and building it up. Wash it lightly with water. Give it 24 hours, to 48 hours. And just a light hands clean first, and then light wash with water, so that Vaseline is coming off and not building up. Because that also, think about it. Infection, buildup of nasty in the middle. So you get infected that way. But I would have used grapeseed oil because I'm that kind of person, but FDA can't do it. I can't. I guess if I could find baby little that I purchase, but I can't. So Aquaphor is a great healing agent. So I always put Aquaphor on people when they leave. I learned that years ago when I had radiation. That's what they have you put on to heal that skin, So I put the Aquaphor on when they leave. And then it just depends on what I have. Sometimes I'll send them home with the Aquaphor packets because I don't want you guys double dipping at home. Too much bacteria and all of our stuff at home. Or just a packet of white petroleum. So I'm that girl still that uses that, and I think it has great results.
With
And
body
it's more
tattooing, I use
comfortable.
diaper rash cream.
Did you?
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
like
there you go.
Andy ointment.
Never use that.
Really?
No, and I've had people actually say, well, I lost the Vaseline packet, so I went to Walgreens and I bought myself some Neosporin. I thought it'd heal it faster.
I didn't do Neosporin. Well, I guess it's about
And
the
I'm
same.
like, Neosporin is going to, what does it do? It extracts infection.
Pull out.
So
Yeah.
it pulled out tattoo.
Yeah.
They come back and I'm like, girl, you ain't got nothing left.
Yeah.
Well, I know I got my eyebrows
Okay, do what I
touched
say,
up
not
last
as I
week.
do.
Exactly.
And with the dry healing versus the wet healing, I was putting Vaseline on, and then it was like day 3, and I was getting dried out, and I forgot to put the Vaseline back on. I just reached up and I like picked a scab, and now I'm gonna have Laura redo that area because I pulled the
Yeah,
color
and the
off.
first week, that's another problem is too. It's a lot whenever, like I have to
It's
use
itchy.
a Q-tip.
It itches.
And having the Vaseline on there's soothing, to do that also. But you can because it's only that, epidermis. So if there's a little, we're pickers, right? What is that on my arm? So if something is up there and you pick it, oh, there goes the tattoo part. Or like if it's a hair stroke like she had in the front, she had a combo brow, but she could just pull that little hair stroke right out. Because
I
until the
did.
skin is closed. So I tell people, keep your hands, feet tied behind your back, whatever it takes, don't pick. Because I had a lady, bless her heart, she's not with us anymore, but I did her eyeliner, eyebrows, lips, and I think I did some eyeshadow on her. This is about 10 years ago. And she brought me her lower eyeliner twice in a Ziploc bag
Oh,
because she'd be
what?
sitting there watching TV. You know, some people are. That's
Pickers.
me. I'm a
Twirlers, yeah.
twirler.
Yeah.
And so some people are pickers. And she'd feel something and she'd just be watching her movie and then she'd go like this and it didn't hurt, she said.
The whole thing
The
just came
whole
out.
thing. The whole
my
thing. Because when you're
gosh.
tattooing, it's all lined up. And this
Uh-huh.
isn't deep like a muscle, like a body tattoo.
Yeah.
It's got to close the skin over it. You can't see it. You can't feel it. You just feel sometimes they can be. And she probably just had a little tiny piece. And I told her, every time you come here, I have to charge you. Stop. That's the first person I said, tie your hands behind your back. 5 days, just give me 5 days. And she finally took. But yeah, twice in a Ziploc bag.
Holy
And I was
oh
like,
my.
wow.
Oh my gosh.
D.
Man, I got to think of that. I'm
No.
going to get a Ziploc bag and bring in my brow.
Yeah.
But not even just like what you put on them as much as also what you're doing to your skin right afterwards. Like if you are a retinol user, don't use it because it travels.
It does.
Yeah.
So
And people
just because
think
you
I'll-
miss
yeah.
the brows or the lips or whatever, retinol travels in the skin. So
Yep.
watch that.
That's the one thing I do ask people because they'll always say, "Well, I won't put it on my forehead for a month." I'm like, "Okay, we'll put it right here," and the crow's feet, it's good. It travels,
Yeah.
and so we don't want to have that.
Yeah.
And then also in the products, like people say, "Well, what can I wash my brows with, or what can I whatever?" And I said, "Everything over the counter." Anti-aging. I don't need. None of us know
Yeah.
what's in that over-the-counter stuff. So it's like, you know what? If you want to use some soap, there's an old school bar soap called Ivory. It's so pure it floats. If you can find that in the real world today,
Just
maybe
like
at a
the
Dollar
white
General,
Ivory dish soap or
Ivory
bar
soap.
soap.
So pure it floats. There's nothing in it. And I said, get yourself a little bar of Ivory. And I've had people do it because they don't like just the water thing for the first few days, or whatever. But I don't know what's in anything. Shampoo says anti-aging today, for goodness sakes.
Right.
I know. And
So-
anti-aging, 9 times out of 10, has got some form of
Some form of
retinol
retinoid, yeah.
in it.
And so I don't
Glycolic.
know. It may not do anything. Like the prescription strength retinol would do. It may not be strong enough. It may just be a sales tactic. It probably is. But
You never know.
I don't want to test it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just
Because
tell them,
you're
week.
playing with your pocketbook there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I just tell them, wait a week. Just wait a week. It's not a big deal. It's not going to kill you, But before I tell them, with the retinol, though, I'll say 2 weeks after, Because even if you use retinol and you have anything tattooed cosmetically, you will be the person that I touch up on a yearly basis or a year and a half because it's still going to doing what it's supposed to do, shedding that skin, having that youthful,
Yes.
like you're shedding naturally.
You see me every year and a half.
Well, that's okay, But I make sure I tell people that. I wouldn't give up. I wouldn't want to give up my retinol either, for life or whatever. And I'll just come back and get my
We'll just come back and do it again.
Yeah.
next is this is big in all aspects of ours is diet and hydration. Hydration is a huge deal with us, especially like facials. Or like anything I do, I'm like, make sure you drink a lot of water today, especially if we do like radio frequency or something. Drink a lot of water. And that's the same for across the board for all of us.
Yeah, no, I
I
agree.
feel like, wow.
Especially fillers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not so much me.
yeah.
I mean, I just feel, again, I say it all
Well,
the
because
time.
you fill with hyaluronic acid, don't you?
Yeah, and that's, capturing moisture. It's a moisture-based, water-based product. And I just tell people all the time, like, your body is a machine. What you put in it is what you're going to get out of it. So, no, you're not going to get the best results if you just, don't drink anything but pop and eat greasy food. and-
Hydration's huge with anything with hyaluronic acid.
Yes.
I think I've said this over and over again. Like when you put on hyaluronic acid on the skin surface, you want to get your face wet a little bit and then put the hyaluronic acid on. But you also want to drink a lot of water because it is trying to pull that moisture that's in your skin to plump and glow and do all the things it's supposed to. So, and then you fill with hyaluronic acid. So that makes a correlation there.
Right.
Laura?
Not so much with me. I always tell people drink a lot of water. It's good for you. But as far as tattooing, no, it's not going to do much for me. Yeah, where they hydrate. What was the other question? I heard the hydrate and something else.
Diet. I know diet's not as big for you.
Yeah. It doesn't. No, not for me. Doesn't
For me, it's huge. Like my acne clients, it's huge because if you're drinking a lot of or eating a lot of grease, it's gonna come out somewhere, and then that's gonna show in your acne. I mean, that's with everyone, but mainly it's big for my acne people, and especially like acne has triggers. So there's things in your diet that will trigger you to break out. Chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate.
Yeah.
I have a problem
Grease.
with that one. Coffee. I have a problem with that one too. The more do as I say it as I do type of situation because I deal with it because I treat it.
Well, I
But-
think, okay, kind of off the wall with acne clients is like medical marijuana. That will, it's kind of like smoking. It has to come out somewhere. It's in the lungs. Even gummies that kind of thing, we see it coming through the skin.
So I have just a real quick funny one. So I had a lady a long time ago. She got something tattooed. She went out, and she came back in, and she says, I always tell them, don't drink alcohol, you thins your blood, all these things before. She came back in, and she says, and this was probably 10 years ago, and she says, is it okay if I smoke? I forgot to ask you. And I said, it won't have any results for this at all.
Does this happen at the shop?
Yes, at my shop.
Oh, my.
I think I told you this. So then she comes back in. She goes, no, I don't mean cigarettes. And I was like, drive on, girl. I mean, not gonna hurt the tattoo.
Drive on, girl.
You do you.
You do you. Yeah, exactly. So that's
I mean, if we
funny.
want to talk about this, I have a really funny story. I have a client, really good client. She gets waxed all the time. This is waxing. This has nothing to do with skin. I haven't done anything to her while she's ate a gummy, but we were waxing, and she's waxed forever. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, this and my waxing hurts, but it's not like." But she's like, "Oh my gosh, what'd you change?" And then she started laughing and all this stuff.
What
and I was
you
like,
change?
girl, what did you do before you came in here? She goes, oh my gosh, I forgot I had a gummy. And she goes, that's what's different. And so it really
That's
like
funny.
it makes a difference in a lot of things.
Yep.
But it was so fun. We were sitting there laughing forever. Well, she was laughing because she was
There's a
high.
whole other reason why
She was on a whole
laughing.
nother level. But
She was having fun in her waxing.
But it was just like, what? It does make
my
a difference.
It makes things a little more painful.
I would think so. It makes you a little more sensitive.
Yeah.
Have you had any encounters?
Oh, I mean, I've had people that come in that they think that they kind of have like white coat syndrome, like needle phobia. And so they think that doing things like that will help them calm down and be. I'm just like, listen, there's no judgment.
We don't judge.
Do not get to the because I mean we
Just
all
let us
have
know.
a past. So you get to that laughy stage where you're just laughing at like everything's so funny.
We know.
Like don't get there while we are injecting you.
Or if you walk in and the smell's just rolling off of you, we're having to like spray. We've had that before.
Yeah.
We have to
Hysterical.
spray Lysol.
See, on
We're
my-
not
my
judging.
lip,
We all have
she
a
does say,
past.
are you under any influence of anything?
Yes.
So if they were to check yes on that, I'm not allowed to work.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But in the hair world, I mean, people come in and going, God, dang. It's like, what is that?
It's like a secondhand high.
Oh, yeah.
But for me, I have that as a question on there. And I think it's also because in body tattoo, you walk in a tattoo shop and you say, hey, I want my mom's name on my booty, sir. And then the next day they come back and they go, what? You knew I was high or drunk or whatever, and you still did this. And then the sheet says, you said you weren't.
Yeah.
You check no.
You check
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Liability, bye. So
Next one is taking well, we kind of covered this one, but let's do sun exposure and tanning beds. We kind of covered this already. I want to reiterate: do not tell an esthetician you're going to the tanning bed.
Well, I think with the tanning beds, one
tell
point in
us,
time,
but-
I've had a couple clients that have come in and done laser hair removal. And once we did laser hair removal, then they went to the tanning bed. And what happens is those areas that you have been zapped, they are really more sun sensitive. And so, when you're zapping, then you get overexposure, and so you're getting burned or you're getting tanner in those areas. And so you can end up looking like a zebra, like you're kind of striped.
You had one that happened to, didn't you?
I had a couple.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
It was kind of
it
cool looking, honestly.
So don't do that. But make
It's
sure
on the
you
area.
give it at
Yeah,
least
exactly.
3 days
Look at
before
that.
you go
It's a
back into the
design.
tanning bed, because you will end up having looking kind of funny. But when you're looking at IPL, when you're trying to fix those dark spots, the IPL can't differentiate from a hyperpigmentation spot and a tan spot. And so it's going to go in, and the tanner you are, the less energy that we can use to get rid of that dark spot. And so it's not going to be as effective.
Interesting. I never thought about that part.
So it seeks out all the dark, and so it's going to seek out the tan along with, and that includes spray tan too. Don't spray tan or put on your tanning gel before you come in to do a IPL or a hair removal, because it's going to be seeking out that pigment, and you want to be most effective by distributing the majority of the energy
spray tan
to
tricks the
actual
cells into
spots
thinking
that you
yeah
want
to
it
the
to be
actual
going.
spots.
Yeah.
So that's spray tan tricks the cells to think they're tanning. So the cells are like, it's not just a liquid on your face. It's like actual cells think they're tanning, like
So
on
they're-
the
It's
surface
a release
layer.
of pigment. Yeah.
So it will affect that, but also not even just that, but it's reversing what we're doing.
Right.
Like you want to work on aging. it's going to make you age faster.
Uh-huh.
And so it's just reversing what we're doing. I had another point, but I totally forgot what it was, honestly.
Well, I think, tanning's great. We need that vitamin D. I mean, I love to have that color in my skin. Just, be aware that if you're going to do some of
if
these
you're also
treatments,
using
don't do them
retinols.
so close.
If you're also using retinols at home, it's going to do the same thing as like, it's going to make your skin more sun sensitive.
Uh-huh.
So if I can't, and also I tell everyone that if I can't keep you out of the tanning bed, at least put sunscreen on your face. Your face will not tan, but at least put sunscreen on your face and cover with a towel.
Yeah.
Like do both.
Yeah.
But if I can't keep you out of the tanning bed.
Well, in cosmetic facial tattoos, the sun is another thing. Like a retinol is the fastest way
It's
to
gonna
fade.
bleach it out.
Yeah.
To fade your tattoo. So those are the yearly clients. The people that stay in the sun, skin, the eyebrows will disappear. Usually, people have sunglasses on, so it doesn't always affect the eyeliner, but lips for sure, eyebrows for sure. Yeah.
Wow.
So they're my yearly clients.
I don't know. Is there anything else you guys can think of that might be affecting your results? There's some, but there's
We could
so
get
many,
into
but at the same
eyelash
time-
extensions and lash lifts and tints, but that's a whole nother show.
That is. Kristen has a lot of those. What
Yeah.
affects your lashes?
Yeah, stay away from bonfires whenever you have lash extensions
that one.
or, opening a hot stove, that
Somebody
kind of
burn
thing.
themselves, their eyelashes in a bonfire.
Oh, yeah. I've had that
Well,
happen. They
the
come
thing is
in.
that you can melt them.
You can melt because it's synthetic.
Yeah.
You can melt the tips. So, be careful.
So if you're just really close because you're
If
like
you're
that
close
person.
and I'm like me, I'm always freezing.
Or like
if
me,
they're
when I
close.
open the oven, I always, for some reason, know it's going to burn my face, but I have my
Yeah.
face right there for some reason. Don't know why.
And it's
And
so
it
funny.
melts your eyelashes.
I think it's funny because
Now
they
that I
come
can
in
see
and the
doing.
ends of their eyelashes are all sizzled or they're like stuck together.
That's
And I'm like,
funny.
I bet you were either at a bonfire, you opened a stove, or you got too close to some fire. And then we have to kind of take them off and start over.
Okay.
So crazy.
I got all kinds of stories with eyelash extensions. So, that's a whole another
Add
show
that
we
to
had
the
to do
show.
sometime.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and talking about all this. And we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.